are searching. There are people who have given themselves that they must put in 50 jobs every day. Now, if someone has put in 50 jobs every day, are you going to get that job when you have just 2? Yeah, probably, but the probability is really good. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ivy Brown K, and this is Ivy Living. So if you're just joining us for the first time, this video is part of a series. I think you need to just go to the link in the description and watch part 1 and part 2 of this series before you come here, okay, to part 3, so that you can follow us, because it's a step-by-step process. Okay, so today we are going to be dealing with where you can search for jobs as a healthcare assistant, senior care assistant, senior carer, or whatever role you want. These sites I'm going to be giving you have all those jobs. Okay, now I'm dividing this into 2 because it's a lot, and this first one are going to be for independent websites, and then the next part of the video will be for different NHS trusts, and that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so I have a note here. I have jotted them down just so I give you guys all the good and juicy scoop. Okay, so let's get right into it. So if you're looking for a job, first off, we're going to deal with the criteria of jobs, because not just any job, not just any healthcare assistant role would give you the guarantee of a visa. Okay, you might get the job, but you might not get the visa. Okay, so let's see, what are the criteria? What does this job opening have to have for you to know that you're going to get a visa eventually? All right, so the first thing is it has to be a full-time job. Yes, okay. And a lot of times you see some jobs openings, they are not full-time jobs, they are part-time jobs, okay, but it has to be a full-time job. All right, and what does a full-time job mean? A full-time job means it's at least 37.5 hours per week. Okay, full-time, at least 37.5 hours per week. You can see a job that is 14 hours and it's permanent, all right, but it's not a full-time job. Okay, so it has to be a full-time permanent job, not a full-time job of just a few hours. It can be a few hours and permanent. That doesn't work. Okay, it has to be at least 37.5 hours per week. That is what you need to get and say you have a full-time job. All right, so when you see anything that's 37.5 hours and it says permanent, you're good to go. Also, if it's a full-time job of 37.5 hours and it's a contract job, just make sure that it's at least 3 years contract. Okay, if you're going to be getting, maybe you see some jobs and it says fixed term, you have to go forward to find out how long is this job. If it's not up to 3 years, it's not worth it. Okay, so you have to go for full-time permanent job of at least 37.5 hours. Capish? All right, so the next part is the salary. Your salary has to be at least £20,480 per annum. £20,480 per annum, or £10.10 per hour. £10.10 per hour. Now, you see some jobs that don't meet this criteria, and then you feel, oh, this is a full-time permanent job, but maybe it's paying £9 an hour. It's not going to meet that. Okay, now what some shady, I call it shady because it shouldn't be done, what some shady care homes and recruiters are doing to immigrants is that they are roping them into longer contract hours. You can see someone saying, oh, my salary is £28,000 per annum, and then when you go to find out, you find out the person has signed the contract for 50 hours per week. 50 hours per week. Don't be tempted to fall into that. Okay, don't be tempted to fall for something like that, because for you to go for a job of over 48 hours, you have to sign a clause called an opt-in clause, which is a clause that means you're telling your employer that you want to work over 48 hours. Now, they are not letting in immigrants know about this. They're just telling them, oh, and it's part of their contract and all whatnot. Luckily, like I told some people, a contract cannot legalize illegality, okay? So if you find yourself in the situation where you signed a contract of 50 hours, 60 hours, you need to rectify that. Unfortunately, what this means is that when they put your contract lower to maybe the 48 hours or something, you might not meet that criteria. Okay, they might have given you a contract that the hourly pay is so small, and then just because they want to beef up the salary per annum, they give you that kind of contract. So you have to watch out for it. I'm going to make a video of things to watch out for so you don't fall into certain kinds of traps. Okay, let's not derail this video. All right, so moving on are the search terms. Let's talk about search terms, because I'm going to be giving you a handful of websites, and you just need to know what search terms you need to input when you're searching for these jobs. All right, so first off, when you're searching for a job, you have to know, are you going as a senior carer? Are you going as a healthcare assistant? Are you going as a care assistant? Okay, they all mean the same thing, but they are really different. They have some differences. Okay, now for you to go as a senior carer, that means you have a good amount of experience. If you don't have a good amount of experience, you better just be going for healthcare assistant roles. Okay, so when you're searching for this, you have to use certain search terms like visa sponsorship, work visa sponsorship for immigrants, visa sponsorship jobs, tier 2 visa jobs, tier 2 visa sponsorship. Okay, you have to put in these keywords when you're searching for these jobs. All right. Also, in one of the previous videos, I talked about you thinking about a location. This is the right time to input that location. Okay, so I'm going to give you one tip right now. When you're searching for jobs, go and look for the smaller towns. You're more likely to get jobs in the smaller towns that other people are not rushing. You see towns like Birmingham, London, Leeds, places like that. A lot of people are searching for those because they are the more popular towns. Okay, so do some research and look for smaller towns. You're more likely to get a job in those smaller towns when you search purposefully for them. So most of these websites have locations. You have to put in the location, so you can strategize and search for certain locations, and you're more likely to get jobs there when you search for them, because a whole lot of people are not looking in those areas. All right, so the very first website we're going to be talking about is Reed. All right, I'm going to be putting all the links to these places up here on the screen. So we're going to go, the first one is Reed, and most of these are user friendly, so I'm just going to be calling them out. They all look good. I've used all of them. They look good. If you go, you'll be able to understand the website. Some of them have CV builders, which is something that's good. You can use to build a CV. Some of them have job alerts, which you can turn on, and helps you get the jobs as soon as they drop. Okay, so you can always register for job alerts. When you go, don't just search for a job. Take your time, create a profile, log in, and it will help you. Okay, so I've called Reed. That's the website for Reed up there. Okay, so the next one is JobServe. JobServe, a lot of people don't know about JobServe. It's really, really good. Okay, I'm going to be putting it up there. And then the next one is Indeed. Indeed is one of my favorites. Indeed is like really, really good. So that's Indeed up there. And then we have LinkedIn. Okay, we have LinkedIn up there. And then yeah, you need to go build your LinkedIn profile, because in the LinkedIn, app, people can actually see you. You can have a profile, they'll look at you, and so if you have a LinkedIn for whatever other job you're doing, create a different LinkedIn for care assistant roles, put in whatever volunteering you're doing, put in whatever courses and things like that, so that you turn up. Okay, so the next one is Glassdoor. Okay, that's Glassdoor. And then we also have Adzuna. A lot of people don't know about Adzuna. It's really good. I'm going to put it up there, Adzuna. Next is Total Jobs. And then we have Guardian Site. Okay, the Guardian Site, yeah. And then we also have Job Today. I'm going to do this slowly. Job Today. And then we have CV Library. All right. And then also we have NI Jobs. Now, NI Jobs are for jobs in Northern Ireland. Okay, so we have NI Jobs. All right, so these different websites, take your time, go search for jobs, make it a daily habit. Okay, you're not going to just search one day and then feel like, oh, you've done a lot. No, a lot of people are searching. There are people who have given themselves that they must put in 50 jobs every day. Now, if the someone has put in 50 jobs every day, are you going to get that job when you have just 2? Yeah, probably, but the probability is really, really low. Okay, so to increase your chances, just keep applying and applying and applying. Okay, increase your chances by applying to more jobs. Create more than one CV. Okay, don't use the same CV to apply for 5 million jobs. It's not done, please. Okay, because a lot of companies have one recruiter. There are different recruiters. A lot of companies might be using just like maybe one recruiter, and the recruiter just tends to see your CV over and over again. No fresh, nothing new, nothing added, no juicy tidbit. Okay, so you need to be revising your CV so that you look professional. Okay, approach every new job you're searching for like a new career opportunity. All right, don't just feel like, oh, it's just the same thing, same old. You need to do that. And then also they are like on Indeed, in some places like Indeed, they have a place where you can put in a cover letter. I've seen some people's cover letters. They are so brash, they are so professional. Like, some people are actually going to professionals to help them make their cover letters. Oh, I'm sorry to say, but that's really not going to fly a lot of times, okay? Because that's the time for people to get to know you off your CV. I'm going to be giving you tips on how to write a cover letter and CV in another video. So if you've not subscribed, this is where you need to subscribe, because I'm taking my time to get this research out, get the information from the research out to you guys. So you need to just take your time and subscribe to my channel. Video. I'm going to be making the next one for NHS jobs. That one is also just going to cover different NHS trusts and how you can apply directly to the NHS. If you know you like that video, if you know I'm giving you content you like, please like this video, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that when I post the next video, YouTube notifies you and you can get the scoop immediately. Okay, so thank you so much. My name is Ivy Brown K, and this is Ivy Living.